So, welcome back to Standpoint with Nikes. I am Nike, and
I am Adenike.
thank you so much, guys. So, in Standpoint with Nikes, we are here to inspire, enlighten, and motivate you guys.
To do that, once again today, we have an exciting time. And it's our pleasure to introduce to you a very wonderful woman of God. She's a leader in our community. She's a coach. She's a grandmother. She's been around and she's a woman of wisdom, a lot to learn from her. And we hope that we will be inspired today. It's our pleasure to welcome Grandma Deborah.
Thank you so much. It blesses me when I get invited to talk about this amazing business because it's so awesome and it has changed so many people's lives, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation today. So, we would like our audience to know who you are. Please tell us, who is Deborah?
Well, first of all, I'm a child of God. I live by faith, not fear on a daily basis. And I'm a mother of 6, all adult children. And I have 19 grandchildren. And after Christmas this year, I will be a great grandmother to number 9.
Wow.
And I'm a successful online business owner. I worked all my life. I've always worked. We didn't have maternity leave when I had children. You had children on a Friday and you're back to work on Monday. There was no days off. So anyways, especially having, 6 children, it took 2 incomes to survive. So I worked all the time. But in 2006, decided to sell everything we owned in New Brunswick, Canada, and move to Alberta. And it was a scary thing. It was like, oh my gosh, I gave up a job I had all my life. From university on, I owned my own accounting business. And I walked away from a very profitable one and to go to Alberta with no job. And I thought, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? So anyways, I arrived on Thursday and on Friday I went to a job fair and I was hired on the spot. And very confident, I knew I was going to get a job. I was confident because I was good at what I did and I liked what I did. So I got hired and October of 2015, actually October 28th. So it was just a couple of days ago was the anniversary of that. My position of all those years was eliminated. And and you know what? Being an accountant, rightfully so, because I was very high paid and the economy had dropped. So what they did, it was a huge company. They laid 1,200 of us off, or I should say eliminated our positions. I thought I'm going to take a year off. I'm going to travel. I've never had a year off work in my life because they gave me an excellent severance package. So, I'll pay off some bills and I can survive a year and, go from there. So when the time came to, start looking for work again, I was confident I'm going to get a job. No problem. I'm good at what I do. I've got 42 years experience. I'm 60 years old. They're not going to have to do much training and I've got this. Well, I came to the very quick realization that people did not want to hire anybody over the age of 60.
Wow.
They have to take a health risk. They have to take a hit on their insurance. Somebody my age, they'd have to, still they train and training's very expensive. They still have to train no matter what. Right. But they're looking for somebody that wants, long-term service. They want 20 to 30 years. Well, they knew they weren't getting this out of this old gal, right? But I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I could get work that was minimum wage, but I would have to travel, go out in the cold in the wintertime. And I thought, if I'm going to work for a minimum amount of money, I'm going to do it from my home. But anyway, so I really wasn't looking for a business at that time. I was looking for something that I could do as a job. Okay. And so anyways, I started looking and I prayed. I mean, I have a lot of faith and I prayed and I said, Lord, I'm not ready to sit in a rocking chair and be a burden to my family. A couple of years prior to me losing my position, we had a family issue happen and it took every bit of our savings, our investments, our retirement money. It took everything. But I would do it again tomorrow, right? anything to help my family.
Yes.
So, anyways, I was not financially ready to retire. I was not financially in the have the ability. I was not in a position to retire,
Right.
and didn't have enough pension that I would have coming in
Mm-hmm.
to support myself. I would have to be a burden on my children. And that's one thing I said I never want to do is be a burden on my children. I want to support myself and I want to be able to help them. That's what I'm supposed to be doing is helping them, get, to get their family raised and things, not the other way around.
Right.
So anyways, I prayed and I said, Lord, just I need to be able to live the way I live. I need to be able to help the people that I need to be able to help. And I need something that I can do the rest of my life, not something that I'm going to be taken out of right away. So anyways, this ad kept going across my page and I am not tech savvy because, I used to work on a computer doing income taxes, accounting programs, database programs, anything to do with business. It was there. But at the end of the day, I shut my computer off. I didn't want to learn about Facebook. I didn't want to learn about Twitter, Instagram. In fact, when they said the word Twitter to me, I said, what kind of a name is that? Like, what are these things you're talking about? But I thought, I'm still going to look online. I'm going to see what I can find. It was like the Lord said to me, Deborah, that's it. Check it out.
Nice.
So I checked it. I did. I checked it out and I went to I registered with my name and my email on that, the same as you guys did when you started this business, and the same as everybody else will do when they start too.
Absolutely.
The process is the system.
It's a system process. So I did that, and I watched the 90-minute information session. It was like, oh, this will work. Being an accountant, have an accountant background and business background, I see the numbers, and I know when you start a business, you're not profitable right away. I know it takes time, and I know it takes an investment, and I know that, you have to do what you have to do to make things happen. So I thought, I'm broke. What am I going to do? But I'm going to do this business. So I got creative. I thought, what am I going to do? So I thought, there's a treadmill sitting in my office at home that I have not stood my feet on in I don't know how long. And so anyways, I sold it. Nobody even knew it was gone out of my house for 6 months.
Wow.
And I went out into my garage and I thought, what is here that we haven't used? And why are we? Yeah. So I just started selling things and I finally became an online business owner in February of 2017. And then all the degrees that I have from university and things had no bearing on me starting this online business. It doesn't matter what education.
They don't teach it.
So now, I have it. I have it down pat. I can do that. I can work on those programs and I can understand them. But, when I first started, and I'm still not tech savvy. I am still not tech savvy, but I have learned what I needed to learn. The thing that really impressed me about this business is as soon as I joined, I had a mentor and a coach, not just one person. I was given two. And then I was put on a team of people, a team, right? Yes. And everybody in this business is willing to help you, whether you're financially tied together or not. And I love this because I love helping people too. So and I ask, and I keep telling people, don't be afraid to ask the question. Yeah. And I laugh when you ask the question. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I know the answer because I've asked the exact same question. And believe me, I still don't have all the answers, but there's always someone out there on our teams that have the answer because it's just such. And I've watched so many amazing people join this business, become successful, retire from their jobs, at 30 years old. 30 years old. I think we have one that's retired that's even younger than 30.
Yes.
And then I see families starting out that, they come and they've joined this business and then they became successful and then they bought a home and they bought a home for their parents. and then they decided to have a family. Like,
That's correct.
talk about doing it right, right?
Yes.
Most of us all did it the wrong way, when we were, starting out and things. But that's what we did with this business too. I've been in the business for a while. We paved the way for the people coming in now, because whatever mistakes there were to make, we made them, right?
Yeah.
It's still a ground level business. It's still a ground level business, and it's so profitable. And I just want to tell a story really quick.
Yeah.
When my children, one Christmas in Alberta, I gave my children books, and I don't even know where I bought these books, but I gave them each a book, and it was about their childhood, about growing up, what they liked, what they disliked, about their mom, about their dad, about their siblings, their friends, whatever. And at the very back of the book, there was one question that said, if you could have changed one thing in your childhood, what would it have been? So I said to my kids, don't give it back quickly. And then after, I thought, maybe I don't want to know how bad of a mother I was, But I said to them, I don't want you to worry about hurting feelings. I want you to be honest, because you guys are all starting families of your own. And maybe you won't make the mistakes that I made as being a parent. Because, if you really dislike something that I did, you don't want to do it to your kids, right? So anyways, my youngest daughter gave it back to me very quickly. She gave it back in a little over 3 months. And I thought, oh, no, this can't be good. She's the only one I butted heads with when she was a teenager. And so I thought, this can't be good. But anyways, I finally read the book. And there was a lot of tears. There was a lot of laughs. There was a lot of things. But the very last page, she said, what's the one thing that you would have changed if you could have changed in your childhood growing up? And she said, and I get upset every time I say this. She said, I wished my mother had been home more. I worked all the time.
All the time.
And that's something I will never get back in my life. So when I see young people that have children or teenagers, it's so crucial to be with those kids when they're growing up, right? I was not there. I was getting everything secondhand. And of course, you get home, this one did this one did that. And it's like a fighting match soon as you walk through the door, right? And that's, and to see all these families, like I say, these young people retired at 30, home with their children, traveling the world with their children.
Yeah.
Their children are getting their education of history and the world by actually being there and living it.
Yes, that's right. That is right. It is so amazing. Honestly, like that time freedom being the parenthood, it's very, very crucial, just like you said. But that time you are sacrificing everything to make living for them.
Exactly.
Right? But the fact that little time you don't even have to spare, that's the only thing she wanted to change. And that is the reason why this opportunity, we young people, like we're taking that opportunity. That is my why too, because I realize I'm spending too much time away from my children. I have to put them after school when they started school, daycare, everything, just to go to work, to provide the ends meet and stuff like that. But one day I realized, I am doing all this because of them. I don't even see them.
Yeah.
When my daughter actually she had a honor roll at school. I was supposed to be there to celebrate. All the parents were. The one thing she was sad about, because I was not there, she was crying. We were supposed to be celebrating, right? Like she got award, but I was not there. That hit me so hard.
It does, and it really, really pains your heart when
It's so painful
to write that in her book. And I thought, at the time it was sad, but more so now that I know there's a way that families can, have an alternative way of doing work and supporting their families and being able to be with them. And
they take this break in fairness to the parents also.
Yes.
All this work, they work all these multiple shifts. It's just because they feel like, we have to provide. Our job is to provide, to financially provide for our kids.
And I tell the people that join my group, don't quit your job until this business becomes financially supportive for you.
Yes.
Like, because you need money to survive. You can't just start a business it takes time to build a profitable business. So,
Mhm.
I don't want people to think it's get rich quick or
Yeah.
something. It's a very viable business that changes lives, and it's here to stay. It's
Mhm.
not going anywhere because
That is the point. Yes.
that's the point. The company that we use for our product that we have, because every business has to have a product. And I
Mhm.
love that I don't have to sell it,
Oh,
right?
yes.
I
Yes.
love that
Oh
I
my
just
God.
have it for my needs. That's even
Yes.
better. And
Yes.
um, it's been around for, 50 years,
Mhm.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I mean,
That's
Yes.
we're going to Japan this year to celebrate.
That's right.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get to Japan. But if
right.
it wasn't for this
Good.
business, I would never be able to have the opportunity to go to Japan,
That's right. That's
right?
right. Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Fairness to those parents, there are better ways
Mhm.
to
Yes.
have it both ways. You can have something you can be doing from the comfort of your home and
Yes.
still be in the present life, in the life of your kids. So
Mhm.
you can have it both ways. You can
Yes.
have it now. You have the opportunity, like Grandma Deborah said, to have it both ways. In
Yes.
those their days, they didn't have that opportunity. But now, thanks to the internet, we have the opportunity. You can balance it out.
And look at it. If Grandma Debra can do this business, anyone
Yes.
out there can do it.
Yes.
Everybody can
That's
do
right.
this business, but only if those people who have the right mindset.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at you securing your golden years, even though you don't work anymore. You are so. I'm very sure you're sitting on your couch right there, like exciting
You
every
own
time
your
you
time.
talk
You
about
own
like
your
I
time.
see.
This is it.
Yeah, like I don't need that severity of retirement. My retirement has been secure because your retirement has been secured.
Yes.
And look
Yes.
at you, that action you will take it. That's why you don't consider your age. You don't consider that you are not tech savvy. You are not like internet based person. You don't even know how to operate Facebook. But look at how
Exactly.
many change, how many life you have touched.
Yes.
I Oh, well, you know what? This business is what has touched the lives. It's
Hmm.
God. I give all the glory to God for bringing me to this business. Like, God gets all the glory for
Yes,
this. And because he knows what we need in our lives before
Yes.
we even know,
that's
and he knows what we're going to do with it.
Hmm.
So, but it doesn't mean he's got a magic wand and says, whoop, whoop, whoop,
oh
whoop.
yeah, of
No,
course.
we have to learn it. We have to do our part too.
Yes,
But
yes.
the opportunity was there. And, I said to somebody here the other day, I said, I wasn't ready to sit in a rocking chair and die.
Hmm.
I want to sit in my rocking chair and get young.
Love it.
And that's what I'm doing.
I love
I
it.
love
In the beginning, you had mention of the fact that you had to sell your treadmill.
it.
Yes.
Like the saying goes, where there is a will, there is a
There's no
way.
way.
You had a lot of obstacles. You had reasons to say, no, I'm not going to do this business. The age, like my Nikes said, the age was there. The not being tech savvy was there. No finances, and etc. etc. You can go on and on. How did you overcome all those obstacles? How did
Well,
you?
you know what? I made my mind up first. I know what I want to do. And if I'm going to be, putting money in towards something and doing something, I want it going to go to my family. Because if something, God forbid, something should happen to me today or tomorrow or whenever, which it's not going to, by the way, because I'm going to live to be 120, still doing my business and
Oh
driving.
yes.
So, but God forbid, it's in my will. This business is willed. I have it
Yes.
willed to, my daughter. And I have two daughters that do the business and they do well. They're not as social as I am to come on and speak out a lot. But one of them goes to my daughter or my business. Yeah, I got a few, and I have it willed to my children, and they could sit and live off the money I have coming in every month. Or I hope what they'll do is step into my business and build it bigger and better than I ever did, is what I'd like. And that's unheard of in these, different types of businesses. And because this is so out of my comfort zone doing an online business.
Right.
And even I was one of these people that kept duct tape on the camera of my computer because my daughter would say, people can't see you unless you have your camera. And I'd say, well, I'm just making sure, So for me to get on here and talk,
Yes.
to people and let myself get out there,
Yes.
this has to be a legit business.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not putting myself out there if
Oh
it's
yeah.
that is.
Yes. Yes.
And believe me, there are a lot of sketchy businesses out there. Yeah, and I have people, that call me and they'll say, well, I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit concerned here. And I said, that's good. You're a little skeptical. That's
Mhm.
good. That means you're going to check us out even more,
Yes.
And then one lady said, oh, well, maybe, I heard something bad. And I said, well, you know what? McDonald's is the #1 restaurant chain in the world.
Yes.
And I bet you'll find thousands of bad
Oh
reviews.
gosh. Absolutely. Yes.
Because of eating too many burgers.
Mhm.
Like there's even a complaint on McDonald's because their child got fat, gained too much weight, but they were the ones feeding them the burgers, right? So, there's all kinds of things. There's always the bad.
Yeah.
I suggest if people want to find out about a profitable business, you go to the people that are successful.
Yes.
I want to know, and that's what I did. I wanted to know, what did you do that made this work?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
And now I share that too with people. This is what works. This is what works. This is what doesn't work. Don't do it. It doesn't work that way, right?
Wow.
So
Wow.
you did mention that you brought in 2 of your daughters. Was it after you started the business that they joined you? They saw what was happening and then they came on board, or
Yes.
how did it happen?
Yes. Yeah. They
Wow.
came. Yes. Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always tell people that this business is something that lingered forever. This is not some sort of degree that you cannot transfer to your children. Just you look at you already even will it to your children. Yes. That is another unique about our business. Grandma Deborah, you have mentioned a lot of things today. Honestly, if I wanted to address all those points, we would be here. We would be.
I know. I could talk about this business all day. Like,
I wanted to pick out a point to our audience. Aside from your age, you are grandma. I mentioned that earlier because it's very inspiring. You don't let anything to hold you down. That's why like, I'm not a tech savvy. That is still not holding you down.
No.
You're not being spectacle to the extent that you don't even reason for like what if I gain from this business? And you come into business, you realize, wow, despite the family has been going on through financial challenges, you don't have any fund and stuff like that. You sacrifice some important thing that you have in your house for years. Like you are looking at because it's value to you, the reason why you kept them.
Yes.
There's so many sacrifices you place out there. And you are such a good example to thousands of us out there.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, if Grandma Deborah did it, you can do it. Okay. There is nothing at all holding you back.
I said to my grandson when I was asking him for help in that day that I called him and I couldn't get, I didn't know that I had to hit skip ad. And I said to him, maybe it's just not for me, honey. And he said, Grandma, you always told us that we can do anything we put our mind to. We just have to stick with it. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's the words that I say to my children, my grandchildren are coming back to me. And it's true. Whatever you want in life, you can have it. It may not be the easiest road, but you can have it. You just have to show up and do it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wow. It's been an amazing session today. Oh my God.
A few more questions before we go. I know we're running out of time. Quickly, you were running your business. You started running your business from Canada.
Yes.
And now you now moved to Mexico.
But
I'm transitioning. How was the moving businesses around?
Yeah, I still keep my Canadian business, but you can work it from anywhere in the world.
Right.
wherever in the world you are. We're in 24 different countries of the world, or I guess 25 I saw the other day. We're in
Yes.
25 different countries of the world. And you can work this from anywhere. You can work it from your cell phone. And I remember what to do, because if you're not tech savvy, it doesn't come natural for us.
Yes.
But I did it. If I can do it, anybody can do this business. Someone said to me, how hard is the training? And I said, do you know how to read? And they said, yes. And I said, do you know how to play a video? And they said, yes. And I said, that's our training. It's all video based, and it's reading and turning on a video, and the video will show you exactly what you need to do.
Our goal is to inspire our audience. You are a grandmother. You are a mother. You are a business owner, a successful entrepreneur. Can you talk to our grandmothers watching us? All those people that have excuses, one or two that feel like I'm not just competent enough to do this business. Can you talk to them, please?
If you're not in a position that you want to be in, if your retirement life is not where you want to be, don't settle. It's like you never settled in your life prior to retirement. Don't settle for retirement. These are the years that we should be living our best life ever. And when they say golden years, the person who ever come up with the word golden years for normal people had to been on some kind of drugs, because that only thing golden is your teeth, your hair, and the money coming out of your pocket for medical bills. Well, if I become stress-free, because when you have lack of money, there's stress. You can't go the places you don't want, you can't do this, you can't do that. You sit and you worry. That causes illness. Well, I can honestly say today that I do not take any medications at my age. I had a physical this summer when I was in Canada, and I was blessed because of this business. I was able to fly and spend a couple of weeks in Toronto, a couple of weeks in Alberta, or in Fort McMurray, and a week in Calgary, and a couple of weeks back in Fort McMurray, and a week in Rocky Mountain House, and then a couple of weeks in New Brunswick, and then back to Cancun. I traveled to Canada for 2 months. And if I was living on a pension, that would not have been possible.
Never.
So, stop overthinking of what could be, when this is a possibility that you could change your life. And if you and your husband can work together on this, even better. If you're single like I am, it's awesome too. You can do whatever you put your mind to. Don't sit in a rocking chair and wait to die. Sit in your rocking chair and learn how to be young again. That's
it. I love it. Thank you. It's such a good way to ramp up. Wow. Oh my God. So much to take away, guys. Oh my God. We are just bringing you all these golden nugget every week. This is amazing. Grandma Deborah, we're going to bring you back sometimes.
Thank you. Yes, I'd love to come back. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's such an amazing time, this session. Oh my God. So much to learn from. So many inspiration today. Honestly, if you really have some doubt in your back of your mind, you feel like you are not too good to do something, or maybe you think you are too old to do something, or you think you don't deserve to be out there in social base. Come on, guys. You have seen the example. You have seen it all. You have heard it all. This is real people right here.
God wants us all to prosper.
Yes.
That doesn't mean, but he doesn't want us to do bad things with their money. He wants us to do good things with their money. Yes. And being prosperous and helping other people is a good thing.
Yes. So, yes, I love that. Being prosperous and helping other people is a good thing. Absolutely.
Yes. Another way of fulfilling another way to live the life of fulfilling. I should put it that way. Because despite your age, aside from it's not like you're giving people money. People are getting life.
Exactly.
That is fulfillment. That is fulfillment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grandma Deborah. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys, everyone that is watching us there, our audience. We really hope that we have delivered the message to you guys. Yes. We really hope that we have touched you in one way or the other. And you can definitely see another kind of you, the true life you really dream of. Like you can definitely achieve it. That's everything is attainable. Just put your mind on it and tell us you can do it. Grandma Deborah did it. You can do it too.
That's right.
Until next time, we see you again. Thank
Bye.
you.